heavily by VortiX. Yeah. But
Overproduction
MarineLorD,
of scouts.
yeah, the scouts here. I bet you MarineLorD's going to go ham with the scouts early and try and deny the dock. Do you think so?
The thing is, if the dock goes up, you can't do much with your scout anymore.
Yeah, it has to be like really early. So look at this.
I think 2 scouts and that's it, is how you play.
So you've hit the nail on the head. We have the first scout being produced. MarineLorD going to be spawning on the south side of the map as our blue deli player. And up in the north, we do have VortiX as our red deli player. And both players opening up with the scout. Although, no, it actually looks like VortiX does not open up with the second scout. He actually goes villager. Whereas MarineLorD, of course, as we've seen, his signature scout play in the beginning, very strong. He does have a second scout out. Fast docks for both of them, too. So we got a dock spawning on the kind of choke point of this cross here. And yeah, pretty symmetrical, of course, with the difference being the 1 extra villager against the scout. But both players are going to be getting the Fishing Legion, and we will be having a fairly standard opening here.
Okay, well, then let's see how we try to get advantages here. This time we see forestry from both players, no one forgetting it. And then you basically get onto mass, fishing ships, try to defend. Most of the time, anything in feudal age shouldn't really do too much, and I again think Castle Age is the real age in this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just really hope we get to see some elephants, although I have a feeling we're mostly going to be seeing lancers. What's kind of cool about the Delhi War Elephants is they're super tanky against ranged attacks, so they can kind of cruise along the river and actually snipe all the fishing boats, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I think it's mostly going to be lancers. They've proven to be really, really meta-defining, at least in this matchup, and even across a multitude of matchups, especially mirrors. But yeah, forestry upgrade nailed by both players this time, so no one's messing around here. They are both going to be chopping trees very efficiently. We have a 5-6 split here for VortiX in terms of his resources, and a 3-6 for MarineLorD, who of course built the extra scout, so he's going to have slightly less villagers.
Interesting how heavily VortiX is on food.
Yeah.
Like normally you try to get the full production out on those fishing ships, but well, maybe no, 7 on wood as well, all good. The question is, when are we transitioning onto gold?
Yeah, probably going to be relatively soon. We got the third fishing boat appearing here for VortiX, and for MarineLorD, we do have the third one a little bit behind. So VortiX slightly ahead, but again, not really a substantial difference, so I don't think it's going to be a huge factor going forward. Yeah, I've always kind of found this is a little bit of a tricky decision. Like, when do you transition to the gold, or when do you keep, pumping wood into the river? In your experience, what has been the sweet spot for that? I guess we're going to be getting that question answered here in just a minute.
Like, I can only tell my experience in this is, okay, I want to click, I don't have gold, then I pull 6 villagers,
Yeah.
and go to the next stage when I have enough gold.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds bad.
my
Sounds
approach.
reasonable. Now, what I really like from MarineLorD down in his base is the fact that he's going for a mill. Now, yeah, obviously he's not going to be hitting berry bushes, but he is going to get access to the wheelbarrow. So Delhi gets a bunch of free upgrades. Wheelbarrow, farming, Pro Scout's not really going to be a factor, but this is going to allow him to get the wheelbarrow kind of midway through the feudal age, whereas his opponent is not going to be getting that. So that, even though it's a slight wood investment, might hamper his fishing a little bit due to the wood. I think that's a really, really good play.
Okay, now you're going to gold with 5 villagers, so each and every one only has to drop off twice. Most of the food income will now come from the fishing ships, actually adding a 3rd scout here, Mr. MarineLorD.
Yeah, maybe looking to just do a little bit of gold harass. We've seen that in a multitude of his games today, right? He'll get a bunch of scouts, and not only does this give him a little bit of harrying on the docks, but like he's probably going to try and win these little micro duels. I mean, he already killed one of VortiX's scouts here. Probably going to get another one potentially. And then he can move on and just harass these gold workers, which it looks like the scout is going to be doing right now. Look at that. And yeah, might even be able to force these guys back a little bit, or maybe force one back. We'll see.
Nope. 1 scout from VortiX coming home, and will defend with this one. Oh, scout trapped at the gold? Full surround.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, the worker in the south got absolutely trapped. Oh, that's pretty brutal. Yeah, so little duels here. I mean, obviously they might seem insignificant, but again, having the scout advantage is quite big, especially as you progress to Castle Age. If you have more scouts out, you're going to be able to kind of control the relics better. You'll see where your opponent's moving in terms of their scholars, and also, of course, you can see what they're doing in their base. So, having these little scout duels be won and lost is pretty substantial. Oh, and the karate chop on the hill, that guy goes down. So, fishing count.
He kind of threw that sword, though,
yeah,
right?
that was like some 300 action right there. Yeah. Look at the fishing lead. Is there really 7 fishing ships against how many? Okay, we just got the 6th one here for VortiX, so MarineLorD has caught up in the fishing department.
Interesting. That how can we be falling behind there if we are VortiX?
Oh, here's the double scout duel. So it looks like the 2 scouts from MarineLorD going to be pouring in. He will turn around and fight. The animation canceling, of course, giving a little bit of something I got to practice, man. I never do that. I mean, occasionally with scouts, but I didn't know it was actually pertinent for other military units. So 1 scout going to be trading here. Looks like both sides, relatively even fight, but in the end, MarineLorD scout is healthier. But they're going to be going their separate ways. Now, relics. It looks like, once again, VortiX has slightly better relics. He's got 2 to the west of his base, 1 that's kind of neutral on his side of the sacred site, whereas MarineLorD has to go across the middle to get this relic here. So I think VortiX has a pretty good position to get at least 3 relics here in this game.
Yeah, I agree. But remember, sacred sites may be even more important here. So most of the time, who controls the center has the better spot, and we will see a lot of contest for all those relics, maybe even enough scouts out to maybe do some harassment against the prelates.
Yeah, potentially so. Dome of Faith coming up. It's about 4,300 here for MarineLorD, and for VortiX, it's a little bit behind, but not really going to matter too much. And yeah, both players with very standard approaches. I wonder if we're going to be seeing any naval pressure in the feudal ages. Do you think that we're going to be seeing some Dows coming out, maybe trying to pressure the river? Although, look at this. MarineLorD taking a very conservative approach, actually, and he's going to be building a wooden palisade to block the river. He doesn't want to play that game. Yeah, not looking for any demo ships or any of that sort of fun stuff.
No, wants to delay or at least the Dow from coming over, wants to get to Castle Age a bit quicker. And look at that, Dow being produced by VortiX, so will buy himself quite some valuable time.
Yeah, it's a really nice denial. I mean, it kind of makes the investment of the 180 and 90 in terms of wood and gold a little bit of a moot point there. Not going to be super great. But on that same note, what's kind of cool about having a single warship is you can park it on the shallow water at the crossing to your base. And if your opponent wants to get like some scouts in or, you know, move some horsemen or infantry or whatever, it does give you a little bit of sustainability in that regard. So I think that's quite nice. Obviously, Dome of Faith, are they producing? It looks like the Dome of Faith of MarineLorD is not currently producing anything, whereas the Dome of Faith for VortiX is now going to be finishing a second Scholar, and efficient production is still active. It looks like they have not started Sanctity yet, so Sanctity not started up north for VortiX, and it has not been started here on the south either. It looks like they're both favoring efficient production.
Okay, well, obviously Scholar or the Mosque a bit later. Every single time we open with the dock. I'm a bit surprised that MarineLorD went so heavy on fish.
Yeah.
Don't you think like a second dock could have paid off?
Yeah, potentially could have. I mean, man, oh man, he's got a lot of fishing boats. He's got 13 to his opponent's, I think 9 or 10. Yeah, so he's got a pretty big lead there. Obviously, VortiX could have had a couple more fishing boats had he not built the Dow here, but he does have double. He's got double warships here. Is he aware of the wall yet? So we'll go ahead and take a look at his perspective and see. I mean, he's obviously scouted that area, but I don't think he knows about the wall in that region. So maybe he's kind of building up a naval force, thinking he's going to be able to kind of get in there and harass, but he's just going to run into the dreaded wood wall here.
Mm-hmm.
And here he comes. You can see the 2 boats going downriver. That's pretty unfortunate. That's a sizable investment, you know? It's like, what, 360 wood or something? Yep, and he reaches the wall and is now going to get started on it.
That will take quite some time. And now MarineLorD can obviously easily just go for a Douse himself.
And Castle
But now
Age.
he decides to go for more fishing ships. The greed on that one.
Yeah, pretty greedy for sure, but I think he has time. And the thing is, MarineLorD's about to hit Castle Age. If you looked at his banked resources there, he was well ahead of his opponent. And obviously his opponent invested gold and wood and other resources in the naval fleet there. And Compound of the Defender is going to be coming up. The better landmark for sure. Being able to stonewall your opponents and build stone towers is very good. And already MarineLorD has pulled the Scholars out from his mosque and is going to be sending those bad boys to go grab some relics around the map. So quite a bit ahead of his opponent in that regard. Has VortiX pulled his guys yet? Doesn't look like it.
Does indeed not look like it. And then it's likely to be 3 relics against 2. Although, as you mentioned, a bit better spawn for Mr. VortiX, so nice moves by MarineLorD, and this looks like a really clean build.
Yep, yeah, it's definitely looking quite nice. VortiX, though, going for the double blacksmith, which is pretty cool. That's going to be giving him a pretty good upgrade lead, and I do not believe that MarineLorD... Okay, he does have 1 blacksmith here, so it's going to be the 1 versus 2, but overall, I think the relics and sacred sites are probably one of the most important factors here in this matchup. And perhaps we could see a demo ship come out right away as well from MarineLorD, or maybe a Bagla, just to try and dominate the river.
There will be a sneaky demo. Look at that, Turin.
Where am I missing
Builds
it?
the dock at the top.
Oh, I didn't see it because it's so blue that it kind of blends into the river. Good eye, man. Damn, you got some good eyesight there. But yes, the sneaky demo proxy, I love this because if he's able to catch just a chunk of these fishing ships here, that could be devastating.
Oh, and they are so clumped up.
Yeah,
That's gonna be big.
It's definitely going to be some punishment for sure. So one sacred site being threatened. No, he's actually just going for the relic. So overall, it looks like MarineLorD, despite having the inferior relic spawn, is going to be getting 3. And on top of that, probably going to have access to the sacred. So let's just watch the demo ship here coming in from the north. Don't worry, guys. I won't deny you this glorious demo ship. So it's moving down south. Okay, the boats are pulled. They're fleeing the scene. The junks are coming back. Okay, good control. But it's still denying a lot of fishing time, which is good.
Yeah, I think now you should actually run away, no?
Oh, he's going to take
get the
it.
hit?
Yeah, he's going to take it on one of the dhows there. Is he going to be building more demo ships? Okay, it looks like he's kind of given up on that for now. And the fishing ships will now be back. Whoa, going down on the sacred site here. Might be able to get a scout. Ooh, that was close. He almost got that scout, actually. But, yeah, the red scout just trying to deny the sacred site capture for as long as he can.
Maybe you want to drop the relic just to heal?
Yeah, potentially. I think, I think his scout's kind of getting beat up a little bit. VortiX with the more efficient animation canceling, and you definitely nailed it. He did drop the relic, and now he's going to be coming in for the heal. So, pretty important little duel. Can he actually heal through that DPS? Yes, it looks like he can. So, are there more demo ships coming? Yeah, look, there's another demo ship queued up here in the dock up top. Yeah. That's the scary thing, man. There's always like a demo lurking.
VortiX didn't go for the dock heal with his Dow.
Yeah, he's building another dock right here, maybe just to get, more fishing infrastructure or more naval ships. But yeah, this is always scary when you have attack ships just going at a dock and it just seems so inconspicuous. Then suddenly just some big, chunky, explosive ship pops out. Here it comes. See what kind of damage he gets. Is he supply blocked? I think.
How? 70 out of 70.
Yeah, he's supply blocked.
Drum roll.
Here it comes. Nice one right in the middle of the two. Oh, did he get it quick enough? Man, he could have gotten both. He was a little bit slow in the draw there. And he's got more demo ships kind of cruising out there. And, okay, he got the sacred site. The scholar's taking back the relic. So that's pretty big, man. MarineLorD has got a big advantage now, I think, in terms of gold. Let's look at the income per minute. Wow, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
huge. 1,000 to 450. Oh, well, look at this, Nili. We got an elephant. There's a war Dumbo. How hyped are you?
Well, I'm also looking at the water that's really hyping me up because poor VortiX being pushed far away in his own base.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He's definitely getting corralled in there a little bit. So that demo ship sitting idle, he wasn't paying attention that time, so unfortunately it's not going to do the trick. The double Bagla's coming. I mean, I think MarineLorD's in such a commanding position right now. Like, this whole navy here is probably just going to get crushed, and also the demo ships coming out from the back is, like, such a threat.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
man.
going to be big.
Look
at how clumped up those fishing boats are.
Yeah, that could be a GG. If he gets a good demo ship on this fishing fleet, that might be just like a GG out. We'll see. The Delhi fishing boat's trying their best, but taking pretty big casualties. Here comes the demo ship. The one Bagla going to move upriver, shut down the dhow. And where's the elephant? Elephant's just kind of chilling here. I mean, I guess he could be nearby. Oh, is the demo ship going to make it? No, it doesn't look like it. I think the dhow should be able to get him. Yeah, this is looking pretty tough, though, because behind all of this, MarineLorD has just got such a superior kind of map control, and on top of that, relics and sacreds. He's laughing all the way to the bank, man. More demos coming out.
Now, double mosque as well, still 3 relics. He's like one tiny misclick here, not getting the sacred site in the center.
Yeah. Oh, it's just standing right next to it. Yeah, that happens all the time. It's pretty easy, but like even though VortiX is like surviving this, and yeah, he's gonna get some good demo ship play right here, maybe on this Bagla, we'll see. Like he is not fishing. Like all of his boats are constantly running right now. So like MarineLorD is crushing him on food too, food and gold. The only thing that VortiX is really outdoing him on is wood. But look at the surround here, the fishing boat surround on the Bagla. That bad boy's taking a little bit of damage, but yeah, he's dragging down many fishing boats. Obviously, you don't need to spin to win when your opponent surrounds you here.
I think he can free himself though. He's now focusing the one that's blocking him to the left-hand side. Why can't he leave?
I think he could get away, but I think he's just going to stay and do as much damage as he can before he goes down. Okay. So it looks like we do have Lancers coming in as well from MarineLorD. They are jumping on the Palisades here to the west, but the War Elephant is actually very good against cavalry, so should be able to deal with those threats.
Yeah, 100 damage per hit against cavalry, so
yeah,
Lancer's not doing anything against an elephant.
Yeah, they'll get wrecked pretty bad. Both sacred sites are about to be taken as well. You know, I'm surprised we haven't seen a stone switch either. Like, I feel like maybe getting a little bit of stone and like stonewalling your opponent's like river would be really, really strong here in conjunction with the sacred site captures. I feel like that'd be very, very good.
Wouldn't mind that either. Now opening the full walls, 3 elephants are coming over, and there's no real answer by MarineLorD so far.
Yeah, it's certainly the
goes
case.
for elephants himself.
The big angry Dumbo is moving across the map. Going to be looking to go in. I don't know. Yeah, what is he going to get? Crossbows against those bad boys? Now, he's like you said, he's got an elephant of his own, so maybe that's just what it's going to be. Elephants and lancers just going at it.
2 more in the queue. He's fine.
MarineLorD still pushing up top on the north side of the base. He's got his lancers just, forcing their way through one of the 3 layers of walls. And looks like a little bit of counter pressure coming in from VortiX. He's got his Bagla moving in, but MarineLorD's pretty cozy here, I would imagine. Oh, getting an armored hull upgrade, which is going to take a whopping 5 minutes. Explosive down moving in. Dow's going to make contact. Should be able to blow up that Bagla. And now suddenly MarineLorD might be the one who's going to have to run all of his fishing boats. While the Dumbos in the base just having a very casual skirmish with one another, it looks like.
And explosive Dow behind. Now pushing in the other direction. No, but...
Oh, the 2-for-1, baby. Very nice. Gets both of those ships. And now there's just a haggard kind of feudal age ship right here, which should be pretty easily countered even by the Delhi fishing boats. It could probably swarm it there. In the meantime, look at this.
I think some body blocking would have been nice. Tries to squeeze through.
Yeah, one of the elephants might actually get taken out by the fishing boats, which is pretty hilarious. So it looks like he just barely gets away. So Scholars should probably heal that. So the proxy dock from MarineLorD up in the north also was able to make another Bagla, which is coming here and just annihilating the fishing boats. On that same note, look at this. We got a defensive low in the base to buy some time for the villagers. And the Knights of MarineLorD do get back, but not before they're going to get a bunch of free kills on these villagers who are building the wall. Overall, MarineLorD's in his base. He's harassing with knights. He's dominating the river for the most part. Although big demo ship coming in, it might be able to get all those boats. Although it didn't look like it had good radius there in the south. Man, there is so much stuff going on here. Although, look at this. The animation canceling coming in from the elephants, obviously doing some big work for sure. And VortiX able to push back MarineLorD's elephants, but the knights are in his base, man. There's just so much going wrong for him right now.
100 pop against 60 pop. And look at VortiX woodline.
Yeah, it's pretty grim. It's definitely looking very scary, and he still hasn't put the relic back in the mosque yet. But yeah, this really looks like a commanding victory for MarineLorD as he just gets further and further ahead. More and more knights moving in. The wood line is going to be super vulnerable. The problem with Dumbos is they're very slow, so they can't keep up with the knights, even though they do defeat them in pitched battle. But in this case, like, villagers are just going to be going down in droves. There's proxy docks producing, demo ships just all up in this base right now. And I would imagine a GG soon, yeah?
Such a sick play by MarineLorD. So much going on for him.
Yeah.
He had all the relic control, the sacred sites, the Lancer raid, Elephant Micro, got the demos in. Crazy play.
Yeah, the proxy dock was sweet. I'm so glad you noticed that because I didn't. And the big demo ships coming down, and just, even if it's like threatening, it's like threatening the demolition. So like there's no fishing because they're all running back and forth, and MarineLorD's just a happy little fisherman on his side and certainly doing well for himself. So that's 2-1, man.